Where's the captain usually?
We'll be there next. Yeah.
Is Jacko his nickname or his first name?
What's that?
Captain Jacko? Is that his first name or his nickname?
That's his nickname.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, yeah.
What's his first name?
Later.
I don't know. I don't know. There's a picture in the captain that well, he was an admiral. But that's all it says is Jocko.
Jocko.
Is this a break room?
Yeah, he has a last name, but I don't remember what it is right now.
They're almost there. I like all the little
Diane?
names. Yeah. Are you guys ready?
That's fine. You can keep it on.
That it?
Where's Tom?
Yep, we were the last one.
Okay.
There. Okay.
Okay, this is the navigation bridge. Every Navy ship has one of these. So the first question is, where is the GPS?
No satellites this time.
No, there is none, right? Ship was navigated by dead reckoning. Dead reckoning. You got to know where you are when you start. And then if you got a map and a pencil and a wristwatch and a straight edge and a compass and
Maybe
a
a sextant.
speedometer, you can figure out where you are, right?
And a sextant, right? If you can measure by the
You're
stars.
getting ahead of me here.
Oh, sorry.
I say I lead up to this.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
So you can do that, or you can let this do it. This is a dead reckoning tracer. Okay? So the way it works is there's a bunch of gears and electrical connections in here. There's a place to set the latitude and the longitude of the ship and know when it's at rest. There's a place here to set the scale of the map, and then you put the map on top. Okay, and then you can these two, and underneath here is two big worm drives that has a carriage on it. It has a light bulb at the bottom and a compass rose on top, and that shines up through the map like this. Come here, you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the ship's position in
And
the
is
center of
this,
that.
how, will you,
You crank those, and you can move that underneath your position.
can I do it?
They're not. You
They're
push
not
it,
active?
No, when we get to the Admiral's Bridge, one of them is it goes really slow. Okay, but your position is right there in the center.
Hey
of
kids, did you want to turn this little knob? There's a knob to turn. You want to help navigate?
that.
Yeah? Go ahead. It's okay.
So what you would do is you would move that underneath your position. Now when the ship starts moving, it gets its information from the speeding head and it moves it forward. So these guys do not know the wind or the current. So that's where celestial nav comes in, because you're not going to be right on. So they would early morning, early evening. On a nice day, you're going to have a nice horizon. Okay, the navigation stars will be out. The first one's out, and the last one's to leave because they're the brightest, and that's when they would do their star shots. Okay, they would send 3 crews out, 3 guys at sextant, 3 guys that write down the numbers. They would pick which stars they're going to use, and then they would come back in, and they would agree or disagree or figure out where were we? Where were we at 0700 when we actually took the star shots? Okay, and then they would come over here and plot that position on this map. Okay, now the arithmetic to take a star shot takes about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So when you come over here, you don't know where you are, you know where you were. All right, right, yeah. So the ship's not going to change heading or speed during the time you're out there. So then you would dead reckoning yourself forward, set your position, date, time, stamp it. Now you look at your course line, and now you decide if you need to make it. So that would go on at least twice a day, more often if they needed. Okay.
They don't have these on the modern day ships.
They have one.
Okay.
They have one for man overboard. Because what you can do is, doesn't matter if you have a map on top, nothing, tracing paper, you can mark it with a grease pencil or whatever have you. And then they would bring this up, and then you could just spin up or spin down, however you want to look at it, the scale. So instead of whatever it was set on, whatever the map is, I don't know what this. Let's say it was 1 inch equals 15 miles or something like that. Well, you could spin it down to where 1 inch equals 1/8 of a mile.
Wow.
Now instead of getting a little, you're going to get a big tracing, and then the idea is to come back before you actually get the mile.
Or like if satellites were ever knocked out, or if we couldn't access GPS, it's probably helpful to have one of these.
That's true. Right, yeah.
So how accurate were the sextants?
Good navigator, half a mile, big ocean. Between a half mile and a quarter mile. I went through the whole Navy navigation school, and we were, except for the part where we were in the airplane, but if you when you're learning it, you're using a sextant inside a building, and you're trying to figure out the latitude and longitude of that building is, or where you are, right? And you don't know it. You just go up there and you just take your shots. And even the dumbest guy got within, like 1/8 of a mile of where we were, as far as that, right? Because you're not moving. It's a pretty steady platform. So when the ship's moving and stuff, it's a little less active, but it's a big ocean. So there's going to be days when you're not going to see the sun or the moon or the stars. And this was the secondary backup, long-range navigation. These two boxes interrogated land-based transmitters by sending a signal out and timing its return. Okay? So what happens is you get your distance from that transmitter, but you never get a bearing, just a distance. That's same as when you take a star shot. You get a distance from that star's geographic position, but not a bearing.
But wouldn't you be able to triangulate the?
That's why that's why you shoot 3 stars.
Yeah.
And,
But you could do the same thing with the machine.
Right.
Okay.
This is what a star shot looks like. You guys going to see it. See that? Okay. That's what we do. So you got 3 stars. So when you get the declination of a star, you're getting your distance from that star's geographic position, but you could be anywhere in a circle around that star. So you shoot 3 stars, these circles all intersect. That's your position. Same thing with this. Right, yeah. They don't intersect, you did something wrong. Right? Then you go do it again. Yeah. You either did a math problem wrong, or you shot the wrong star, which can happen. So at the height of its use, there were 175 transmitters in the northern hemisphere. Let's talk of bringing this back again, because they can shoot down our satellites.
Yes.
Yep.
They're teaching celestial nav. Here's your sextant and your chronometer. They're teaching celestial nav in the Navy Academy again.
Good.
I don't know if they're teaching it in flight school or not. We all had to go through it. Here we were. We just got our wings. We're big Navy pilots.
How long is your Navy Academy?
How long is it?
Like
It's 4 years. Right,
so it's
yeah.
enough. Okay, it's
Right,
like a
yeah.
bachelor.
Yeah. So this nav school was 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to the fleet and you can actually do something, first of all, once you get to the fleet, then you got to train on your new airplane. They didn't get any work out of me until about 2 years and 1 month in the Navy.
You're just learning the whole
Right,
time.
the whole time you're learning, right? Yeah. Here's your typical navigator crew. There's one of them, and there's one back here. Maybe 30 guys, maybe 20 guys. Head navigator's a Navy commander. Assistant navigator would be a senior lieutenant or lieutenant commander. There'd be one other watch officer. The rest of them are enlisted men. They're all quartermasters. They all know how to do celestial nav.
And the commander and lieutenant commander are really good at it, presumably.
Yes, they're very good at it, right? Yeah. We got a third backup here. This is a radar repeater. Now you can tune this to any radar system on the ship. And here it would be surface radar. So surface radar can see a couple of 100 miles. But sea level to sea level, through the earth. So there's a lollipop. Whoever can guess how far that is. What's that?
7 miles?
25 miles.
You're closer. 29. So when you get the test, that's the answer you want to put on it. 29 miles. Right. So you're going to have to be pretty close to a shoreline, an island, our sister ship. That
Hangar deck, flight deck.
knows where they are. So that's the 3 ways we navigate. All right. What else down here is pretty interesting?
What's that brass thing with the turning handle?
Okay, that works with these. These are sound-powered headsets.
Can you make an announcement, please, for a 1 o'clock tour of the island structure?
So these operate like tin cans on a string, playground stuff. Earmuffs, mouthpiece that hangs down. Because the mouthpiece, the only thing the mouthpiece is for is to stop the wind noise when you call them. Otherwise you don't need it. You had a boom mic or something like this we used to do, and you could move. So they need no electricity. You plug into circuits like these. These are the circuits you plug into, and this is the channel changer for some of the circuits, right? Yeah, the plug just comes off and we plug in there. So these are used throughout the ship, even modern day. We have the same system because it's foolproof. The sound of your voice generates all the current you need to talk to who's ever plugged into this. During flight operations, there'll be upwards of 60 people on this. Mostly listening. Anybody guess what this is?
Oh, that's to send tubes up and down.
That's right. It's pneumatic delivery. So this goes to the radio room and back from the radio room. The radio room has about 10 of these, and they dispatch it to whoever's addressed.
Do you guys remember these at the banks in the old days? They'd put the little tubes in.
Okay, you little guys, you know what this is?
Oh yeah, what is that, Mom?
See this? You know what that is? You don't?
It's this.
Huh?
It's a very early version.
Yeah. That's the iPhone 1. That's what that is. Right there.